Let us know, what is the topic you would like to debate today? I know that it's about Aboriginal history, but what specifically? Are you wanting to debate how many of us come from Africa? Are you wanting to debate DNA? What is it about Aboriginal history today, Dre?
What I would like to debate is the whole notion that most of us have Native American ancestry when that can be disproven.
Okay, so you're gonna attempt to disprove that most of us have Aboriginal ancestry.
Yeah, that's the reason why I shared the Henry Louis Gates clip with you, and then well, the Snoop Dogg one is a little different, but the Henry Louis Gates one is a little bit more like detailed about like this whole notion that all of us are, like charity.
Oh, hold on. We just lost you. It cut out when you were gonna say a word that started with a ch. Were you saying Cherokee?
Yes, I said Cherokee. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
yeah, we can hear you now, and it's so unfortunate that you didn't watch the live streams we did earlier because it was literally nothing but Aboriginal history of Virginia and the Carolinas by two black professors in North Carolina at university. So yeah, it just sucks so bad that you missed that. One thing that they did mention is that actually there was a tribe called the Iroquois, and after a war, a lot of the Iroquois were being slain by the Cherokee. And as a preservation tactic, a lot of Black indigenous folks started claiming their Cherokee so that the Cherokees didn't know they were Iroquois, so they would survive, so their children wouldn't be butchered. So, yeah, there's just so many gems that we went over in that live stream. So you should definitely check it out when you get a chance. But what's the first piece of information you want us to sort through to support your claims?
So the first YouTube video, you can go ahead and click on it, and then you can skip maybe to the 53rd minute mark.
Okay, hold on.
It's the second link. It's the second link. The first link is the stats, but the second link is the Henry Louis Gates I think speech about
All right,
African
I think I got it.
American history.
All right, I got it. So this is a 58-minute video. I hope you got some timestamps for us.
Yeah, you can skip to about maybe 53-ish minutes.
53-ish minutes. All right, we'll listen to a few minutes starting at 53 minutes and see what's up.
Her and makes her his wife, and they live happily ever after. It never happened. Never happened. And Malcolm Gladwell. I was on Martha's Vineyard a couple summers ago. A very prominent African American woman said to me, I said, "Do you know where your ancestors were in slavery?" She said, "We were never slaves." So get point number two, because like Igbo princess, and there was a German walking by, and he bought it. I go, "Oh, really?" And the next day, and I told her that was true. She got very angry at me, so I decided to be cool about how I told people that they were believing myths. The next day, Malcolm Gladwell, who's in my last series, Face of America, I called him and I said, "Malcolm, would you be in my new series?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "How far can you trace your ancestry?" He said, "Oh man, I'm so glad I got somebody to tell. You know, we found out I descended from an Igbo princess." I go, yeah, I heard that story. The third myth. Okay, I want everybody to be honest. Just the African Americans in this room. How many of you are descended from a Native American? Just raise your hand. Don't be ashamed. There you go. Look at all them Native Americans. Well, I got news for you. None of y'all descended from Native Americans. My grandmother had high cheekbones and straight black hair. Every Negro I know claimed that in 1950. Well, guess what the DNA evidence shows? Only 5% of the African American people, 1 out of 20, have any significant Native American ancestry. But 1 out of 20. But on the other hand, 58% of the African American people have a significant amount of white ancestry. You know that those high cheekbones and straight black hair? That came from your white great-great-grandfather. The average African American and the average Native American never saw each other. I don't know about you all, but you can't sleep with, the internet can do a lot, but you can't sleep with somebody you can't see. The average admixture.
Have we watched enough, or do you want us to keep going?
Maybe just a little more.
All right.
For African Americans is the average black person is 77% black, 17.5% European, and 5% Native American. Now, I was telling the students this morning, I went to see LeBron lose against the Celtics on Tuesday night. I'm very happy to say. Yeah. And I was thinking, if I did the DNA of all the black men on the court, which was everybody on the court when I got this idea, if I did the DNA of all the black men on the court or all the black men in this room, 1 in 3 of you descend from a white man. 30 to 35% of all African American men and their Y DNA goes to Europe, not to Africa, because of enforced sexuality, rape, or at the best an unequal power relationship. Because I found Morgan Freeman in African American Lives. His white overseer impregnates black slave. That's Morgan's great-great-grandmother. So you figure it's rape, right? Well, guess what? I ended up showing him their tombstones. They lived together illegally in Mississippi from the time of the abolition of slavery to their death. So they had some kind of connection. So that maybe it is possible. I don't know.
All right. Have we watched enough, or?
Yeah, I guess. But that's just to prove that, yeah, most of us don't have Native American.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, your proof that most of us don't have Aboriginal lineage isn't tracing genealogical records. It's one man claiming at this specific moment in his speech that we have more white DNA than native DNA. This is your burden of proof.
Yeah, he's a reputable genealogist.
You believe he's a reputable genealogist, and we listened to a lot of this video.
Have you ever watched Finding Your Roots?
Sir, this is going to end catastrophically for you. I just played the video you wanted me to. Now it's my turn to cook. Watch me cook. First and foremost, Henry Louis Gates. We all know that he is controlled opposition. Yes, I'm familiar with his very well-known series called Find Your Roots. Did you know that he's not a non-biased individual because he's paid for, sponsored by Ancestry.com? So I'm not surprised that the man who gets paid to promote DNA testing is up here talking about, oh, y'all ain't native because y'all 40% white and only 4% native. Sir, you're the one who mentioned his Finding His Roots series, so let's touch on that. Did you realize that in his Finding Your Roots series, hold up, let me cue the soundboard. We need a bomb to get dropped on this one. You do realize in the Finding Your Roots series, he does not use DNA testing at all. In the Finding Your Roots series, and this is how controlled opposition works, guys. They give you some truth mixed with some bullshit, right? It's funny how he just had me play a clip of him promoting DNA testing, telling us we're percentage of this and we're percentage of that, right? But did you guys ever realize that on the Finding Your Roots series, he does not go by DNA testing. He traces paperwork. He traces documented lineage to tell celebrities what they are and what they're not. There is not a single Finding Your Roots series where he's told a person you're 40% this and 5% this and 10% that. He's never done that. He says, we found you're a descendant of a slave from this plantation. We found that your ancestor held a plantation over in this area of America. Sir, this is your burden of proof. Watch me discredit your own source with information from your own fucking source. Here's Henry Gates. That same video you had us watch, that 58-minute video, just earlier in that speech, he was telling us how DNA tests are a hoax, how a DNA test cannot tell you your ethnicity. But later on, he's going to shit on black people by saying our DNA is mostly white and not native, right? Watch the contradictions, guys.
So we turn data into narrative.
I'm black. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Everyone loves Once Upon a Time, and basically, I'm a storyteller. But the story I'm telling is a unique story that you've never heard.
Deep game, y'all. On the Finding Your Roots series, he does not give no fucking DNA test to nobody and tell nobody that their percentage of this and a percentage of that. He traces your family's lineage through family tree and paperwork. Look at this family tree breakdown. He doesn't even use DNA tests in that PBS series. But when he gets paid by Ancestry, he's going to promote some DNA tests. We're going to hear him say in that same speech, DNA tests are hoax. So why did Dre want us to believe him later on in that same speech when he says, oh, black people don't have native DNA?
Story about you. Makes me weepy. It's quite exciting. I love it. And I feel like Santa Claus. When someone sits down across from me, I go, man, I'm about to blow your mind. You have no idea what's going to hit you. And people are. They're deeply moved. This is some show you got here.
5,000 people or something. And she announced that she just had the test and that she was Zulu. So it broke on CNN. I was sitting in my living room minding my own business and said, Oprah Winfrey's a Zulu. So I called Rick Kittles. And I said, Rick, did you tell Oprah she was a Zulu? He goes, no, man. She made that up herself. It's a true story. It's a true story. I would lie to make you laugh, but I'm telling you a true story. So I said, Rick, are you in your lab? He said, yeah. I said, is anybody there? He said, no. I said, when the results come in, make her Zulu, man. You know? I said, you back there making it up anyway. Nobody believe you could take some spit and figure out a tribe? What are you, crazy?
Damn, this is weird. This is the same speech from your source. He's saying you can't take someone's spit and say what tribe they're from. You can't take someone's spit and determine their ethnicity. But later on, we're supposed to believe him when he says that what DNA tests say we're only 4% native and 40% what? Okay, this is a source, guys.
He clearly was joking, bro. That was not serious. That was not serious. He was clearly was joking.
So you want us to believe he was joking when he said the other DNA researcher is making it up?
He was joking. He was laughing, bro. So it was not anything that was like, oh, okay, that was just a serious thing or whatever.
He was laughing at the notion that people actually believe you can determine what tribe or what ethnicity you are based on your saliva. That wasn't a joke. He was laughing at the fact. He was laughing at the fact that Oprah was claiming a tribe that she was not a part of. That was the joke. What are you talking about? All right, guys, whatever. I'm gonna let him just be in denial for a moment. Dre, let us know how I did not just savagely debunk your source and how he was just joking.
Just put out a bunch of obscure clips to try to do like a circular reasoning type of point, and you try to make it seem like it's logical. So you make your people believe that it's a logical thing, but it's actually a fallacy that you're putting out there. And you have no complete proof. You just put stuff out. That's what Dane Calloway did. He did the same thing by putting that clip out there.
Sir, if me and you are engaged in a debate, there's no reason for you to mention any other content creators. But since you came here to convince us of something, let's get a little poll from the audience. Guys, did he successfully convince you that most of us aren't native based on that one guy's statements, even though his statements seem to be paradoxical and hypocritical? Go ahead and put a Y in the chat for yes and an N in the chat for no. An N would signify that no, he did not do a good job defending that point that he asserted. He did not do a good job convincing us that we have no Aboriginal roots. Hey guys, we're not supposed to trace our genealogy. You know, forget the fact that I'm a part of a Native American tribe. I'm not Native no more because some dude at this minute mark during his hour-long speech said that black folks aren't Native. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I would say lineage is the proof, not DNA, when DNA has already been proven to not be valid for testing ethnicity. But yeah, I'm seeing ends. So again, don't take my word for it, Dre. Just listen to the audience. You came here with the mission to challenge me on Native American history. Your first
But
point
did you know
was
that there's?
we're not
But did
really
you know that?
native.
Wait a minute. Do
Sir,
you know
wait your
that there's a
turn.
test out there that?
Wait your turn like a good boy. Your first point was we're not really native, and you provided a source. We have debunked your source. People think you lost that first round. What's the topic for the second round? Go ahead.
They're biased. They're biased. They're gonna jump your side because they think they're Native American. They got the Pocahontas complex. That's the reason why they are jumping your side. So what did you know?
All right, try again, sir. What is the second point you want to attempt to debate me on?
So still regarding the DNA test, did you know that there's a DNA test that can?
Sir, I'm no longer going to debate you on DNA. It's not worth my time. You've debated me on that in more than one occasion, multiple live streams. We've debunked you each and every time. So do you have another point you want to debate me on other than DNA testing?
You see that you're trying to gaslight me. I'm talking about it's one called AfricanAncestry.com. That that's a source that you can look at. Where
I'll say it again. I choose not to debate you any longer about DNA. Do you have any other topic within the realm of Aboriginal history you would like to discuss other than DNA?
Yes, man. Yes. Okay. So because you always gaslight me every single time I get on your show. So what I'm saying, the next thing is most people, especially Black people who join Native American tribes, were not Native American by genetics. They were just only Black people who joined tribes. That was it. Some may have intermarried, but some were just Black people.
Do you have a source to support your claim? I know you heard me. What's your source?
If you type on Google, okay,
you don't got a link? You had links for the other shit. Come on, provide a link.
If you type, who are we closely related to, is not going to say Aboriginal.
Oh Lord, are they going to be referring to DNA testing? Crickets. All right, guys.
I mean, how else are you going to prove it?
Oh Lord. I'll say it a third time. I'm not going to debate you on DNA testing. It's a waste of my time. My audience doesn't want to watch it. We all already know all about DNA. And yes, honestly, this does sound exactly like Trey. I think it's just Trey with a voice modulator. Good Lord. While we wait to see if Dre can actually think of another thing to debate that has nothing to do with DNA, we're going to see what Rap has to say. Rap, let the people know where you're calling in from and what's on your mind.
Yeah, peace, bro. Calling from Louisiana, South Louisiana. Just on the last thing before y'all go to the next topic. Yeah, like DNA as far as like ancestry DNA, ancient DNA is definitely capped. The main thing that like I look at when I'm studying so-called DNA is how are they able to build their reference panel. And when you look at Ancestry's website, they'll tell you that they go around the world testing these alleged people, but you never get names of tribes,
And you're right.
like names of like who the people are.
Because it's absolutely false. I just finished watching a 3-hour documentary early this morning about how most indigenous tribes in North America do not allow outsiders, do not allow scientists to take DNA samples of their remains because it's against their religious practices. So if the natives won't even let you sample the DNA, where are you getting these DNA samples from?
Exactly. So like same thing, like I took two just to see for myself. I took Ancestry and I took 23andMe. And it's got this whole elaborate story following the mitochondria DNA on your mom's side, and it's got this elaborate story of the Y chromosome on your father's side, and it's telling you hundreds of thousands of years of the movement and migration of your people, but it comes up with no matches. And that's what I always get at the Pan-Africans. If the ancient DNA ancestry test part of it is real, why aren't you getting any matches, or common ancestry through people in Africa? And their main excuse is, well, people in Africa aren't taking the ancestry test. They're taking Rick Kittle's African DNA test. I call BS. I call complete BS. You know what I'm saying? Outside of paternity testing, like y'all said, the ancient ancestry testing, or like whatever you want to call it, is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Because the so-called, sample that you're given is not even connecting you, like I said, to a tribe or a people. It's connecting you to a land region, which is complete cap and BS. And salute to you, bro, for pulling up that link from my boy Safa, man. You know what I'm saying? You're a real researcher, bro. I appreciate your research.
Wait, Safa, is that this dude right here?
Safa Karu?
Oh no,
like the last,
that's someone else. Who's
like the last clip that you played to debunk old boy? Like the last the last Henry Gates clip that you played?
Oh,
like
I didn't even see who that was from. I was just searching for something real quick, and he had what I
like that's the homie Safa.
Hold up, I'm gonna go to it real quick. Let me shout the brother out then. Cite my sources real quick. Let me see. Let me go to history. Hood Mystic?
Yeah, that's the homie, man.
Okay, let me check him out. So this the dude right here.
Yeah,
y'all go show the brother some love. But yeah, that was a nice video on that Henry Gates. Debunked him with his own rhetoric. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. And look, bro, before I forget, it just came to mind, bro. I was watching this thing on Netflix. It's called it's called African Queens, and the series I was watching was like a lady named in Gigi or something like that. And in that, like, even though a lot of it is cap, they were showing in that Netflix documentary how Africans were selling other Africans, and the survival rate for a European was only like 2 to 3 weeks in the interior of Africa. So they needed other Africans to betray one another in order to, start and complete the slave trade. I like the work that you've been doing, bro. I wanted to tell you about that series, man, so you can use some of the clips.
Yeah, I gotta look into it. This is the series he's referencing.
Born into an era of darkness, a warrior, a queen destined to lead.
There are no slaves in my kingdom.
Yep, that's it.
She fearlessly defended her kingdom against European power.
The king's under threat. The king is always under threat.
Slavery threatened to decimate a continent.
We are people born running from extinction.
Rising to become a beacon of light for her people.
I have nothing to lose, which makes me dangerous. What do you want? Kind of power that will make a difference in my people's lives. Let's leave these new foreigners in no doubt who I am.
Such a power move. It's such a boss move.
And Jinga was a mother of a nation. But she loved her country. And for that, she made great sacrifices.
Jinga was the only African leader to be recognized by European rulers in power as a female king.
I think of her as probably one of the greatest women warriors and women leaders this world has ever seen.
Jinga the present.
All hail Queen Jinga!
No, this looks like it'll be interesting. History is definitely nuanced. Just like there was Africans that were slave drivers, there were some fighting against it. Jada Pinkett Smith producing that is questionable. And what also is questionable is the fact that she was a recognized queen by the Europeans. We already know what the civilized, federally recognized tribes was doing, getting in bed with the Europeans, right? So I wonder if history really does show her selling out her people to a degree in order to be recognized by the Europeans.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely got to look into
Yeah,
that.
yeah, like absolutely. Like they said that she spoke fluent Portuguese. And see, like some of the so-called historians in there, they're trying to justify her actions. Like it was a Caucasian man that did a like reaction to it, and he was dropping a lot of science, and he was showing how like some of the historians on there were trying to I don't know how to say, I don't want to say whitewash or blackwash, but they were trying to just justify her actions when she was just as big of a contributor of the slave trade as the Europeans. What it was she was trying to stop some of her people from being so-called slaves, but she had no problem with trading and selling other tribes into slavery. And her family went through a lot of turmoil. Like one of her brothers, like not to give away the plot, but like one of her half brothers ended up basically killing her father and killing some of the other siblings in order to kind of do like a coup and take power. But like I said, they tried to justify a lot of that family's actions when they had a big play in the
I
slave
already
trade.
knew off rip. I said, yo, if the Europeans gonna recognize you as a woman king, oh yeah, you was capitulating to the Europeans.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I think I found the video you were talking about.
Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and see what it is that we're going to be
Yep,
dealing
that's
with.
it.
Born into
I'm quick with the receipts, my nigga. Come on, you already know how I get down.
an
Bro, you
era of
fast as shit.
darkness, a warrior, a queen destined to lead.
It's actually interesting here from the very beginning how they're showing all these shots of, well, her moving around with a blade and fighting and showing specifically women that are equipped with spears. In many circumstances, like what they would have shown with Cleopatra, that would have been false. But unlike that scenario, we're talking about a case in which, from what I'm familiar with the history of Queen Jinga, she actually was trained in combat. She straight up was a warrior. That was a thing specifically for her, and she did.
The white man keeping it a buck. You know, where the history is true, he giving it props. Where it's false, he gonna talk about it.
At some points, have a all-female bodyguard. So hey, from the very beginning, not too bad.
There are no slaves in my kingdom.
No. Hold on. Netflix, is this why people are hating your series? Is this why people are going against you? You're having this African queen go, and I don't know who it is that she's addressing right now, but she's saying there are no slaves in her kingdom. Really? That's not true. That is straight up not true. This individual here in history, Queen Jinga, is one of the key reasons as to why the slave trade in the area expanded. For anyone who is not familiar with her story at all, it is
Oh shit, wait a minute.
He going in, bro. He going in.
Hey, I be listening to these white boys when it comes to these Africans. My best friend lately has been the BBC's YouTube channel. They be doing documentaries on these Africans damn near daily. God damn, them white boys know what's up with them Africans.
something that is quite complex. It is very complex. It is neither a good nor bad story. It is just all over the place because it's real. It's history. It's drama. It's all these different things that are occurring at the same time. And there really are no heroes and villains. She would wage a war against, I'm assuming they're talking to the Portuguese, because she was waging wars against the Portuguese, specifically with the Dutch as allies much later in her reign, because the Portuguese were trying to control the slave trade within the region that she was king of, which is like Angola. And the slave trade was one of the cornerstones of the kingdom's economy. So they didn't want the Portuguese to be interfering in the slave trade. They themselves wanted to be in control over the slave trade because it was one of the big points that would make the money that they would use to buy weapons and other stuff. So from the very beginning, Netflix, I don't know what the context of that line that she's saying is, but that doesn't sound good.
She fearlessly defended her kingdom against European power.
The king's under threat. The king.
I mean, yes, she did defend the kingdom against European power. Specifically, she fought the Portuguese and she teamed up with the Dutch in order to be able to do so, because the Dutch and the Portuguese were constantly fighting one another at this time in the late 1500s going into the 1600s.
And look at why control of the narrative is so important. They're making it seem like she banging on the white man, not that she was teamed up with the white man to bang on the kind of Hispanic white European, right?
Right, bro.
Come on, guys.
Right.
crazy. That's crazy.
Going into the early 1600s, because they were constantly competing over territory and trade rights in the area. Both were really small nations, but their trade empires were huge, and they were competing over that.
King is always under threat.
Slavery threatened to decimate a continent.
Slavery threatened to decimate a continent. Not exactly, no, sort of. The continent was always fighting itself over slavery from the beginning. It's not that it threatened to decimate the continent. It already had been. For the majority of African kingdoms that were on the West Coast, slavery was one of the key reasons as to why the kingdoms were able to exist in the first place. Entire kingdoms were built on the backs of slavery. And that's not saying like, oh, they enslaved people.
Look it up, guys. They always want to big up Mansa Musa like he's some African Bill Gates. That motherfucker was one of the biggest slave drivers ever. His whole kingdom was not just based on gold, but also slave trade. Know how they say that he traveled from African kingdom to African kingdom and he destabilized economies because he just threw gold everywhere he went? They don't talk about the tens of thousands of African slaves he traveled with as well, and the hundreds of thousands of slaves that his kingdom held.
To build their monuments or anything like that, because that did happen. But no, I mean that the economic cornerstone, the thing that supported the kingdoms, the thing that gave them the majority of their tax and trade revenue, specifically came from slaves. And they would wage wars on other tribes in order to conquer them and turn them into slaves so that they could take over more territory and fuel their growth. That is what this...
Yeah, shit, this deserves its own live stream. I'm gonna have to do a breakdown on how the Africans are teaming up with small hat media to try to rewrite history and their role in the slave trade. But Rap, go ahead and give us some closing remarks. Then I'm gonna just put you backstage for a few minutes while I see if Dre has thought of another point to debate me on that has nothing to do with DNA.
Oh no, man, for sure. Yeah, bro, like I said, there's definitely an attempt to rewrite history, and a lot of the Pan-Africans always try to get people to accept, the religion, because that's what it is, of Pan-Africanism, when people on the continent of Africa don't give a damn about it, they don't practice it, and it's something that's really dead for real, you know what I'm saying? So like they'll try to distract people with the DNA test, and they'll try to, basically play violins to get like an emotional response to get people to, participate. But Pan-Africanism, isn't and hasn't done anything for us. Like, we're our own ethno group. We have our own ethno state, and we have our own culture. So that's why I said, bro, I like the work that you're doing, bro.
Well, I appreciate it. And I gotta ask, did you see the earlier part of the stream where I went through why Tim and Phoebe canceled the interview?
Yeah, like I saw some of it, bro. Like I'm gonna have to go back and watch the entirety. Like the work that you do on Tariq, like that's how I found your page. You know what I'm saying? Like you really be killing that. You be killing that, bro. Like when you found that like that video of him talking about Cory Booker, bro, I seen it in live time and I couldn't find it, bro. And the fact that you found that receipt, and I was trying to find it. So
who's Cory Booker?
Cory Booker, I believe he's a senator. I don't know which state, but Tariq was saying some super zesty shit to Cory Booker. It's the receipt that you played of the like LGBT guy exposing Tariq.
Get in the receipts, goddammit.
Yeah, bro. Like look, bro. That's why I'm definitely giving you your props, bro. Like you be finding shit, bro. So
hey, if it's out there, I'm gonna find it. all right, brother, thanks, brother. I'm gonna put you backstage for a few. Dre, have you thought of another thing to debate me on other than DNA? Come on, Dre. Come on, Dre. Run over to the microphone. Well, guys, while we wait for Dre, Jesus.
Well,
MIA.
would blood quantum qualify as that?
This
Huh?
nigga wanted to debate me on blood. I said no DNA, and you asking me
Blood
on blood
quantum qualifies that.
quantum.
Would blood quantum qualify as that?
He's dead serious.
Hey, here's my
Mike.
thing, bro.
He's dead
Like,
serious.
you know, like
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
everybody laughing at you, bro. I'm trying to say something too, man.
Shame on you.
Hello?
Let him
Wait,
cook, Mike.
I'm gonna let him cook.
Shame.
Oh, yo, shut up! I'm putting y'all on mute. I'm gonna let him cook. I'm gonna let him cook.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, I know you don't want to debate DNA, but can we talk about sperm count? all right, Dre. Go ahead, Dre. Go ahead. I'll put myself on mute. Go ahead,
Bro. Can I speak? Okay, so let's talk about the native tribes that the black people were a part of. Let's do a a thing on that, meaning that how come you never talk about the Native American people owning slaves, owning the black slaves? How come you mainly talk about the Africans owning other Africans or owning other black people?
We do.
Hey guys, have I ever talked about the natives that held slaves, or is that something I just never talk about?
The 5 tribes that did it.
We talk about everything around here.
Right.
I'm pretty
talk
sure
about
I just
everything around here.
our live stream
Are
on
you
that
there?
subject right before.
Everything.
Can't even hear you.
All right.
Sorry, Trey, you got selective hearing issues, but
All right, Dre, are you able to hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. So, I've done countless hours of content on that subject. So just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
What do you mean?
Okay.
what the media's not report.
No, that's I got it. He's gonna feel like he's getting ganged up on.
Yeah,
I'll
let
repeat
Mike
myself.
cook.
Of course, y'all trying to gang up on me like attack dogs.
Yeah. You goddamn attack dog motherfuckers, okay? Trying to jump this niggas one-on-one, fair and square, okay? Anyways, guys, I'll repeat myself. I have produced dozens of hours of content on that same subject you're proposing. So again, just because you haven't seen the video doesn't mean the videos don't exist. Matter of fact, I did a video about it just earlier today.
So why would you claim something that was meant to enslave you, a tribe of people that enslaved you? Why would you identify as that more than the people who were enslaved by that tribe?
Sir,
Crickets.
Do you identify with Africa?
Well, that's the majority of my DNA. So yeah, why? I'm not a Pan-Africanist. I don't want you to try to make me seem like I'm a
chill. Where I'm going with this is very simple. You're asking me, well, why would I identify with being a Native American if some Native Americans held slaves? Well, sir, you identify with Africa, and Africa is responsible for the transatlantic slave trade. So why do you claim Africa if Africa sold Africans to Europeans for trinkets?
I don't identify with the ones that sold us.
Just like I don't identify with the natives that enslaved us. You see how that works?
But how are those groups the same? How are like I was telling you before, how are the ones that
guys, I just gave him such a I just threw it right back. I absorbed his Kamehameha and threw it right back at him.
Look, see, y'all, you're gonna have your attack dogs try to attack me just over some.
Chill. It's not
nobody's attacking you.
Attack dogs.
I'll talk to him one-on-one if you want.
No, cool. Right. I just brought them up because I wanted to get some commentary from them to see if they understood that very simple, rudimentary, juvenile, kindergarten level fucking example I just gave him, because he don't get it apparently.
He doesn't want to get it.
Yeah, just like Matty Yoda's full counterattack and 7 Deadly Sins.
Hey Mike, you say you're Native American, but some natives had tribes. Well, you say you're African, and some Africans had, not tribes. You say you're Native American, and some natives had slaves, and we can flip that in reverse. You say you're African, and some Africans sold slaves. So if you say you don't identify with the Africans that were slave drivers, guess what? I don't identify with natives who were slave drivers either. I mean, it's very simple, sir. It's very simple. Is there anything else?
See, you're trying to bait me. I see what I see your angle, and I see that you're trying to get me to fall in line with what you want me to fall in line with because it fits your narrative. and you don't want to actually have a real respectable debate. You just want to basically, shift the blame back onto me as if I'm stupid or I'm not aware of the fact that we are not mainly Native American. Okay, how can I really really send the message to you that you are not really as Native American as you may seem? I don't get it. I mean, it's like y'all don't really get it. Y'all just are living in a
Sir, why do you care? Why are you up here trying to prove to me that I'm not native as I think I am in your eyes? What the fuck are you talking? Guys, I'm not a grifter. I'm not a schemer. I'm not up here just doing this for profit, but God, if there was ever a time I was thirsting for $30, it'd be now. Can somebody kick this dumb nigga? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This don't make no sense. Hey Mike, why can't you just understand that I want you to agree that you're not as Native American as you say you are, Mike? I mean, yeah, Mike, you're like a part of a tribe, and like you're technically Native American, but I just want you to say that you're more African than you are Native. I mean, sir, why does this why does this bother you so much? Why are you so emotionally invested in what other grown ass men identify with? Why does this get your panties in a bunch? Lord, I just don't get it. Guys, guess what? Let me think of something I really hate. I hate the new direction Disney has taken with the Star Wars franchise, right? So, guess what? I don't watch it. I don't call in to talk to Star Wars fans about, hey guys, the prequels were the best era because this new shit is terrible. No, if I don't care about something, I just don't spend any energy on it. This nigga really up here desperately trying to convince me that I'm not as native as he thinks I think I am. We got to break out the timer. We got to break out the timer, and I hope and I pray that somebody sends $30 on the Cash App or the PayPal. God damn it, it can be 3 people putting 10 on it. It can be a few people putting 5 on it. Good Lord, if there was ever somebody I wanted to be perma banned, this motherfucker literally calls in every 2 days with a brand new scheme, y'all, with a brand new fucking scheme. Damn. This shit is crazy, y'all. Hey, I can't front. I was brought up with Warner Brothers. I'm a 90s baby. Pinky and the Brain type shit. Hey, what are we gonna do today? Same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world. This motherfucker calls in every 2 days with a new scheme to try to convince me that I'm not native.
Gee, Ray, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
The Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. They're laboratory mice. Their genes have this spice. They're Pinky and the Brain. Brain. Before each night is done, your plan will be unfurled by the dawning of the sun. You'll take over the world. They're Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the Brain. Their twilight campaign is easy to explain. To prove their mousy worth, they'll overthrow the earth. They're Pinky and the Brain.
Sir, I'm not sure if you know. I'm leagues above you. You don't even realize how much more advanced I am compared to you. Sir, I know you're Pinky. I know you're not the Brain. Nigga, who sent you? You got somebody paying you to call up to my stream and try to debate me on Aboriginal history, and then I savagely defeat you with intellect. So then you guys, wait a couple days and have some meetings and trade some memo notes, and then you come back with a new harebrained scheme to convince Mike TV that he's not as Aboriginal as he seems. Okay. All right. Guys, I got to put on the timer. I hope somebody pays to get this nigga excommunicadoed forever. Banished for good. But you know what? We in a recession. It's tough times out there. Rent is too damn high. Groceries is up. I know I like organic. The price of a bag of apples these days, I tell you. Dre, while we see if anybody wants to permaban you or if they want to just let you babble, let me go ahead and queue up a timer for you. And I'll be nice to you. I know you always feel like we're doing you so wrong and I'm gaslighting you and blase, blase, blase. So I'll do something I've never done for you, Dre. I'll give you a full 5 minutes, Playboy. I'll give you a full five. Here you go. Go ahead, Dre. Your time starts now.
So what I do think about this whole thing is that you tend to always come at me when I disagree with you, and you don't never want to have like a respectful discourse. Like when I basically show you certain things, you just want to say, "Oh well, your sources are wrong," or it can't be proven like this, or can't be proven. And for one, I never said that that Black Americans didn't have some Native American DNA. I said that most of us don't have as much as you think we do. That's basically my whole argument with this whole thing, is that you are making people
Hold on.
believe.
I'm pausing your time, sir. I'm pausing your time. I'm pausing your time just for clarity. You said that I'm trying to make people believe they have more native DNA than they do. I've never tried to tell anybody what percentage of native DNA makeup they have or don't have. So let's just not totally lie on my name now. Come on. But go ahead, continue.
I wouldn't say by percentage, but I would say in terms of you basically making them believe that we somehow have more of a connection with Native Americans than we do Black people. And that's really where that's where we disagree.
What have I ever said to promote the notion that Black Americans have more in common with Native Americans than with Black people? That's an asinine statement that I've never made.
I think you insinuate that. I think that's what you do with this whole thing. I think you insinuate that, bro, because every time you basically come on your lives, you always have this pretendian type of content that really makes no sense, because I'm just saying most Native Americans didn't even interact with us. That's just
Dre, what is the definition of pretendian content? I don't even know what pretendian content is.
Meaning that you have this thing of basically making Black people believe that we have more of a connection with Native Americans than we actually do. And they don't even claim us, bro. They don't even claim us like that.
Yeah, I've never said that. I've never aimed to make Black people believe that. It seems like you just have a lot of assumptions and misnotions about what my content is. I'm sorry you're so confused, but no one else is, just you.
Okay, are you going to let me talk, or are you just going to keep muting me? Okay, so my thing with
You know what? Since you asked, let me go ahead and give my panel members the luxury of choice. Hey guys, I know you've been waiting patiently. Here's the choice you're faced with. Either we let him speak uninterrupted for 3 minutes and 19 seconds, or before we allow him to speak freely, we force him to capitulate and admit that this is Trey and not Dre.
Thank you. Thank you. Finally.
I like to set that out.
This nigga, you ain't got a lie to kick it, Trey. I know it's been a minute since we talked to you as Trey, but you ain't hit Trey went from Dre, anything we don't know. Hey, you overuse the word bro. That's one of your mannerisms. You overuse the word gaslighting. Trey, I debated you when you were Trey, so I know when you're Dre. Come on.
Not only that, he got triggered as fuck yesterday when somebody said Tyreek sucked. That nigga went off yesterday. That's why I was like, yeah, that's definitely true.
And I noticed,
in the panel,
I noticed something about him. He constantly keeps using the Wikipedia as his credible sources.
Oh, he left on the That's Trey.
Yeah, that's another.
Oh yeah, that's Trey. If he left when I joined the panel, yep, that's
Yeah,
Trey.
yeah.
Oh,
You
no,
see, you on there, you
no,
are.
no.
Yeah, it's
Guys, don't get it twisted. He's still backstage.
Oh, okay.
But you have a tough choice to make. Either A, I just let him speak freely, or B, we force him to admit his
That's not
deception,
tough. We choose
and
B.
then he speaks freely.
We choose B. That's not choice at all. That's an easy choice. We choose B.
Oh wait, hold on. I am consulting with the Council of Wise Men and Women. We have a vote for option B from New Era. Curtis,
B
what
for
say
Ben.
you?
So what's the vote? What's the vote?
Option A is we let him speak freely. Option B is before he speaks freely, he admits to his deception.
Admit it.
Yeah, B.
All right, we got another vote for B. Desmond, was that a B I heard?
B for Ben. I mean, yeah, B
Mary.
for Ben.
Yeah,
Ben
yeah.
is ass.
Mary, what say you, Mother Mary?
Another vote for B. Desmond, was that a B I heard?
B for Ben. I mean, yeah.
Oh,
We got an
Mary, I
echo.
think you got the YouTube video playing in the background. Just pause the YouTube video and listen to the StreamYard. But Rap, what's your vote? A or B?
Yeah, B, man. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Christopher.
fruitcake.
Christopher, sleep at the wheel.
Let the nigga like we need his real identity for real.
Okay, he's like, we all know it's real identity. Come on, we don't need it. All right. It sounds like it's B. Trey, will you just admit that you're the same Trey that used to call in, and you're maybe using a slight voice modulator, but your true God-giving name is Trey and not Dre, right?
I've always been the same person. I've never tried to modulate my voice.
So you're
So
Trey.
you are Trey.
Right.
You are Trey.
Not Trey, Dre, D-R-E. I never tried to modulate.
No, you're Trey, Trey.
I'm Dr. Dre.
Why are you making up lies about me, bro? Like you
Hey
just
guys, hold on, guys. Chat, listen. Since I have finally spoke on the elephant in the room, since I have verbalized everybody's suspicion, you know that you cannot listen to him the same. You know he sounds exactly like Trey. You know who he is now. You just can't listen to him the same. It's like, nigga, the jig is up. Come on. And all we need is $30 to get rid of Trey and Trey.
Now, as far as like what you said about Wikipedia, wait a minute. As far as like you said, Wikipedia, what is your reputable source that can actually prove this whole pretending stuff? Okay, crickets.
Are you talking to who you talking?
Did all of y'all have a blood quantum test done?
Oh my God.
Well, I don't need to get a
Well,
blood
last time I took a flu test.
Fun fact: no tribe uses blood quantum tests to determine if you're a member of the tribe. You wouldn't know that since you're an African and not a native, right?
It said blood quantum
Right,
on your
because
card.
what blood would they use to be able to compare it to?
Blood, you moron. We have to use documentation.
But why does it say blood quantum on his card, on his membership card?
What was the question about Wikipedia, if I may ask?
I said that since you said Wikipedia is not a credible source, what is a more reputable source to prove?
Trey, they voted option B. You have to admit that Trey is Trey and Trey is Trey, and then we will let you speak uninterrupted. But you cannot
I am him
until you admit that you am I and I am I and I is I and all is all.
I am him, he is me.
Well, I can tell you this for
This is just nothing but trolling. I don't take this seriously.
Trey, I is I, Rastafari. Just admit that you're Trey and it will be okay.
I need a Trey.
I am not Trey. Why are you trying to make me say something that is not true?
Well, the real Trey, please stand up.
Why are you making me making people believe that I'm Trey when I know I'm Dre?
And why are you trying to make people? Hey, can I ask you something, Dre? I'm just want to ask Dre something real quick. I'm glad you said that. Why are you trying to make people believe and identify something that they don't want to identify as? If you feel that way.
If you want to wear feathers, I don't care if you want to wear feathers. Go ahead and wear feathers and be Pocahontas.
Stop being an emotional little boy. You still a boy, Trey. Talk
Nah,
to
you
me like
still a
a
boy.
cub.
Y'all grow up.
You
Y'all got
still
to
a
be
boy?
the
Yeah, that's Trey.
transition.
That's Trey. I'm still a boy, right, Trey?
That's
Yep.
Trey.
Yeah, Trey.
Why you
I know how to
making
kick it.
it?
I'm still a boy, just like you, Trey.
Pocahontas.
We
Right.
still a boy.
Hey guys,
We
hold
still
on,
a boy.
guys. Honestly, this just makes me a little bit sad because imagine the mental instability that you have to have for you to like be roasted off the show and then have to sneak back under a fake name on multiple times and over several days pretending to be someone else so you can debate me on my identity. I mean, this is just some sad, creepy shit, Playboy. I mean,
Hey,
you don't got
yo, Mike,
hobbies?
it does me.
And
You
no
like that?
matter what,
Hey, yo, Mike, it
new
does me. I
era.
like that sniper shot to make him admit he was Trey.
Yeah.
I knew that boy shit was gonna get his ass hot. You still a boy? Oh, you Trey? Yeah, you Trey. I'm still a boy. Mm-hmm.
Trey, at this point,
Sniper
it would
shot.
just be better. It would just be better for you to come clean so we can move forward. Because if you don't come clean, then there's no way we can move forward. Trey, I mean, the truth shall set you free. Just say, okay, listen. You guys kicked me off. You know, I changed my name and came back. Trey, you wouldn't be the first one who's did it, guys.
You
Haven't you
know,
seen
Trey
people
always
do
gonna be a little bad boy.
Troy did it. Troy did it. I mean, come on. They all did it.
Tyrone did it. Yeah, everybody do it.
Yeah, come on, man. You want to come back? Just apologize and come on back, bro.
You don't even gotta apologize.
You don't got a lot of
tell us
kick it.
who you really are, nigga. Just
Yeah,
tell us
you
who
ain't
you
got a
really
lot
are.
of kick it player. You know what I'm saying? We forgive you. You was on some dumb shit. You still sucking treats dick, but we forgive you.
We can invite you to the barbecue, let you sit in the kids' corner.
Right in the kid seat.
No.
This is trolling at this point, bro. This is
Time out,
really
sorry.
time out, y'all.
Mike, I have-
Time out, y'all. Ain't no Tariq Nasheed, Boulay, FBA co-follower gonna be around any children on my watch, okay? No to the kids section. Keep that nigga with the
No, didn't.
adults.
No
But you
diddy,
used
yeah.
to be
No
one.
diddy. What?
But you used to be one.
Yes,
Who?
you're right. We all used to be children at one point in time. You're right. We've
Oh,
all been
I'm
in
talking about
adults.
you used to be an avid Tariq FBA follower, cult
Again,
leader,
we
cult
don't
This is
talk
follower.
about
definitely Trey. This is definitely Trey.
Whoa, that's information only Trey would know, right?
This is definitely Trey.
Come on, Trey. Give it to us, Trey. No diddy.
Oh, okay. So you don't think I know about the Asian boy that you said gay shit to?
There you go. Hi, Trey. How you doing?
Yeah.
Nice try now. Now I definitely know who you are.
Welcome, Trey.
And I'm a day one.
I mean,
I know who you are now.
you shared so many interesting videos.
You're done.
Do you have any receipts on what you're talking about, Trey?
Oh, do you want me to pull up the Mike TV exposed? Do you want me to pull that up?
Trey, I asked
Hey,
if you had
that
receipts,
same
Trey.
video up again.
Okay, I
Mike,
got receipts. Okay.
I have a
Again.
question.
Hey, guys, notice how when I got him really bent out of shape, he's not keeping up the I'm not Trey, I'm Trey.
Right. He already knows he's exposed. Like,
Oh,
and
Yeah, I'm
he
gonna
is
hit up with the
man.
sniper shot when I call his ass a boy.
Hold on,
Excuse
guys.
me, I'm
Just-
sorry.
Hold on, guys.
Mike,
Just
I have a
the lady. Hey,
Mike,
and
I have
actually,
a
guys,
question.
just for you, I'll throw 10 in on it. Okay, all we need is 20 to get this nigga banned for all eternity. He just getting on my nerves with the weird, slick shit and the hiding who you are and shit, nigga. We have lowered the price to $20 to ban him permanently for all eternity. Ain't no voice modulator gonna save you, Niji. Ain't no voice modulator gonna save your Niji ass. Okay, you're gonna be perma banned.
I think Marie was trying to say something too.
Yep, go ahead, Marie.
I'm new to, of course, and I just had a question, for Trey or Dre. And I really don't know, which way to pronounce your name, but
Trey, it's okay.
okay, Dre.
No,
I have a
Trey
I
with
have a
T. It's Trey.
Okay. Okay. I have a question. Why is it so important? Like, are you an educator, or what is the purpose of like, what is your purpose, or what is your goal, and why does it bother you how people identify themselves? That's my question.
It's just that I want our people to be more realistic about our identity instead of trying to pretend to be something they're not.
You want us to be realistic about our identity and not pretend to be something we're not, and you cosplaying as a whole nother nigga disguised as a nigga. What is we talking about? This nigga is playing a nigga disguised as a nigga, talking about I want our people to be
Yo,
true
Mike,
to
you
who
notice
they
I asked him
are.
the same question Marie asked, and he tried to jump all down my throat, no diddy and shit. And he's
That's
gonna
what
come with Marie. That is fucking definitely Trey. That nigga do not like me.
Guys,